Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Ponder in the Pod. Well, let's have some fun with this today. Our topic is your home a sweet home? Well, do you spend more time at home these days? I know I do. So, we're going to talk about making your place of living more of your personal sanctuary and a resort rather than a place just to eat, sleep, and shower. You know, for many, our place of living has become our offices, home schools, gyms, playgrounds, and sanctuaries. And we've had to adapt our homes to these changes overnight. So now that we've had some time to assess what that is for each of us, let's talk about how to make your place more of a place you are happy to be in and that is functional for whatever your space has to transform to and accommodate your new normal. You don't have to spend a lot of money to do this, and in some cases, not at all. We'll talk about, how to live under one roof with another or others and living alone in the next episode, how it will tie in with this. But for right now, let's look at the space around us that we have control of to change. Start in the room you spend the most time in and work from there. Or choose a room to transform. What do you want from that room? What would you want it to look like? What do you want it to feel like? What will be the main function it will provide? Will the room be required to function for more than one purpose? For example, the living room combo office area. If you have a garage or other building, can vehicles park outside? Can the building be cleaned out a bit so that the interior can be converted into extra space? For example, a recreational area, art and hobby space, an office or man cave. Yours just perked up there. Okay, here I have a story to tell you before we go on. Yeah, I saw an extreme example where a family missed their vacations to the coastline so much that they literally filled their garage with sand, sunlights, kid stuff, for the beach and a picnic. And on their big screen TV in there, they had up the ocean up and the sound roaring behind it. Okay. So let your imagination run wild. All right. Now, whether you share one room with someone else or you live in a mansion, you live alone or you're with others, the environment that we spend the most time in affects how we feel and what we do. How can you rearrange that room? For instance, many people are working from home or online from their living rooms and bedrooms. Divide the area best you can, dedicating the office space to one area and leaving the living or sleeping space for just that, relaxing or sleeping. You need to feel as though, you left the office, in this case, your desk, and can now relax at home as a home. Now, a quick side note, if you are working on camera online, be aware what's in your screenshot behind you in the room, what you may or may not want people to see. And if you're working out of your bedroom, angle the camera so you don't see the bed or it looked like such a bedroom. Best you can, and you can always invest in a green screen and work off a Zoom or a platform like that to help you hide everything. Now, you guys, rearranging our space is also going to revitalize us. We're going to feel more productive and more creative. So be creative. Imagine what your favorite resort might look like in style. Note what makes a resort other than it's away from home. Typically, they have a theme or distinct style, right? They're clean and bright. There's color and a uniqueness about them. Now, with that, I'm just going to mention here on a sidebar some things like take out the good china, dinnerware, and glassware out of mothballs and use it for yourself. Don't wait for company. You're as special as your visitors and you deserve to feel pampered, right? Especially in our new normal. Make your meals look more aesthetic. How the food is arranged on the plate, the color palette you use on the table. Use what you already have to be creative. This goes for those who live alone at well, the same concept, because you want to treat yourself. When we all go somewhere, we love to experience these small details and additions around us. So put those flowers and plants around your place. Put out the placemats, bowls of fruit, nuts, and goodies. Now let's talk about paint, because adding paint is huge. Most of us know that paint makes a huge difference. You don't even have to paint the whole room. Paint one wall if you'd like, and it gives the room color, focus, and ties in the room colors. What else makes a resort a resort? Well, a resort is clutter-free. Now, wait, don't freak out, my clutter butter bugs. I understand what others call clutter can be what is comforting for you and around you. And so I'm not going to call the clutter busters on you, but I do have a couple of ideas. You can either organize your stuff into groups of like and display them in a specific area, like a museum or a store would. And by grouping them together, they look like they're intentionally displayed and they're easier to view. Now, the other idea is that you can rotate those groups of like. For instance, you can store some groups of like while displaying others and rotate them whenever you wish. Yeah, I still suggest trying to weed out what you can and where you can. So we're going to talk about that right now, because resorts always look clutter-free, clean, organized, and aesthetically appealing. And, that's what we're trying to gear our living space to look like a resort. So clearing clutter from our lives, it's productive and it's a freeing process. So it even goes beyond making our places look resortful and happy to live in. And again, begin in the room most used or chosen to transform. You've seen all the shows and it's true and it works. Make your piles. You have the trash pile, you have the donate pile, the sell pile, and the keep pile. Or some simulation of that, certainly trash and keep. Okay. The rule of thumb is whatever you have not worn or used in the last full year, make it go away. Whatever displeases you every time you look at it, make it go away. Partners excluded, people. Sorry. Whatever it is in your garage, your closet, and look at your storages, because most people don't even know what's in our storages, and we're paying a lot of money for those. Not only that, you might be able to use stuff in there to rearrange the house in. Take a look at these things. If you don't need it and haven't used it, make it go away. If it's not for camping or you're not going to use it to survive the end of the world, make it go away. You know what? You're also going to have a ton more room to paint, create, and rearrange that space as desired. Now, remember, if you're renting, to get permission from the landlord if you're going to paint, or make sure that you paint it back to its original color before you move. Just change your environment. That's what I'm saying here, folks. Some prefer to completely empty that room and see it with fresh eyes. And that's a really great way to do it if you have access to be able to do that. Just look at it, paint it, repair it, cover it, move it around, group an area of like or purpose, swap rooms with someone. Do you have a yard, a patio, or a balcony? Because there are still endless possibilities there. Is it time to grow your own veggies, fruit, and flowers? Playground area for the kids? A spot that you can transform to a beautiful area for you to walk around, or a place to stretch out under the sun with a cool beverage and some music? Or when it's cold, do you have a place inside? It's a cozy place with you can sit with a warm beverage, a good book, and good company. You may not be getting out or traveling as much as you would like to, but you can have second best by bringing that environment to you. And who knows, it may even spice up a relationship or bring the family together more. David mentions in Proverbs 24, 3 and 4, and it's regarding heart and home in God. But I think it also applies to our physical space. And it says, by wisdom, a house is built, and through understanding, it is established. Through knowledge, its rooms are filled with rare and beautiful treasures. Our home is first within us and then around us. Both can be places that we can treasure. So I wish you a sweet home to dwell and beautiful treasures in your life. Thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing this channel to help it grow. I am very grateful to you. Until next time, take care and God bless you.